Tonight, there are growing questions into a surge of youth-led protests taking place across major cities in Mexico. The demonstrations reaching a fever pitch over the weekend as some hooded protesters tore down fences around the National Palace, home to President Claudia Sheinbaum. Images from the clashes show riot police using tear gas and smoke bombs. Trying to calm the crowds, seen here kicking the fence and throwing rocks at officers. Mexico City's public safety secretary saying the protests left at least 120 injured, 100 of them officers, some who were taken to the hospital. The rallies organized by Generation Z Mexico, referring to the demographic group of people born between 1997 and 2012. This 16-year-old injured during the protest telling Telemundo, the people are dying, the people are disappearing. For it to get to the point where minors are here protesting, it's because the country is horrible. Protesters using a popular symbol, the pirate flag from the anime One Piece, seen in Gen Z protests around the globe, including ones in Nepal and Madagascar, which ended in the ousting of heads of state. This protester saying the Gen Z groups organized themselves on Discord. While President Sheinbaum saying this week the protests didn't arise organically with the youth, but were part of a $90 million campaign by her opponents. But back on the streets, this young man saying the movement isn't affiliated with any party, just an ideology for a better Mexico. The unrest fueled by recent violence, including the death of Carlos Manzo, a mayor who was assassinated in public during a Day of the Dead celebration earlier this month, known for declaring war on the cartels and his criticism of the federal government for lack of action. Protesters wearing cowboy hats in his honor. This protester saying she is seeking justice for his death and all those who have lost their lives and their property at the hands of criminals.
And with that, George Solis joins Top Story tonight. So, George, the president has been in power, I think, for a little more than a year. Political violence has been a problem. It almost always has been in Mexico. Has this hurt her approval ratings?
Well, Tom, her popularity has shifted, but it could be negligible. I mean, let's talk about what makes her popular, right? Her stance on things like high-impact crime, her stance on corruption, particularly fuel theft. But under her administration, you have seen several leaders across different spectrums of leadership being targeted. Still, her approval rating among the highest in Latin America, hovering somewhere around 70%, Tom.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.